Hi, I'm an animation, and after that, I'll take the oval tool, click on this, do a three-dimensional, make sure it is all selected, click create the timeline, move it here, do a classic tween, click create a keyframe, bring it down, and play. So you can see that it has a lot of frames, so it's quite slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this into Premiere and show you how to add sound and other things. If you break down all your scenes and everything into clips, it's much easier, so you can actually get all the clips separately as separate file. Make sure you don't give the same name to the clip because it will overwrite and you'll lose what you've done. So make sure that all the clips have different names. And once you've done each of these animations, what you can do is you can go to File, Export to Video Media. So this will come up, and make sure your format is H.264. This tells you where you're sending it, and red ball, you can name it anything you want. Okay, so you see it's come here. And it has come out as MP4 file. So once you have that, what you can do is you can actually literally close this. Animate to Premiere for adding sound. Okay, so it will come differently on Mac. Sometimes it comes differently on PC. I'm working on PC. So if I go to import and go to asset, so it should import here. And click and drag with my left mouse button. You can see that the sound and the animation is working. Now if I want to import sound and do the same thing, let's see if this has a sound here. So you can see that the audio section is off. So what you do is you do a right click and unlink it. So now I can click on this separately and then delete it and bring my sound in. And you can increase and decrease your viewport, so you can control how much sound you want. can also increase it to make it precise with your left mouse button. Click, hold, and drag. Now to add title, you can click, hold this, and drag it further. So where's the blank space? You can do is you can click on the T text tool and click here, and you can click here. And where you see this, it will be on your effect control tool, and you can make the object bigger and smaller, and you can also center it. Alignment is also there. And what you can do is you don't want it to be on top, so you want animation to follow through. If you want it to show a little bit before, so it doesn't really show. So you can also increase the sound. You can have the sound come a little earlier. So to control the sound volume, you can do is you can click here and make it this longer. And this actually controls your volume. So I can bring it down. And you can see the difference. You can also do fade in, fade out by going like this with your pen tool and clicking on 1, 2, 3, 4. What you can do is actually you can click with your arrow tool, you can click, hold, and drag it. So it goes down. So I feel it's a little loud, so on this end you can also click on text. And go to the text modification tool, center it. You can add default fade in, fade out. Now if you don't want this to continue so long, you can just click hold with your left mouse button and drag it. you feel that people have already read the text. Remember, when you are putting any kind of text, read it loudly so you can see how long a person takes to read. For example, I think this can be shortened. You can cover this up by clicking and right click, and it will do ripple delete. Ripple delete actually takes up the space. So you can bring as many clips as you want and edit. The way to edit is using this eraser tool. You can click something and you can literally delete it. We'll talk more about edit later on. I'm going to undo that. So once you're done all this and you're happy with it, make sure your timeline is in the front. Select that, go to File, Export, and make sure your media encoder is on. So your media encoder will give you the name of your file. This tells you where it's going to go. So I'm going to bring it to asset probably. With sound. And then once you export it, it will process it and it should be there with the sound. Let's see. Hope that helps, and that is how you're going to do your finish in your Adobe Animate, Premiere, editing. I'll put more posting on editing and we'll talk more about that in class. Thank you.